Hi, this is Matt with Dummy. Today I have an interesting question for you. If n is any natural number, 5 exponent 2n minus 1 is always divisible by how many natural numbers? First, before we be able to solve this, we have to first understand the concept of fraction. Now, let's see. Supposing we have 3 divided by 3. Obviously, the answer will be 1. Now, let's try to make the numerator an index form. Okay, so that means we'll have 3 exponent 2 divided by 3. When we solve this, we should be getting 3. Now, we understand that since 3 is a real number, the 3 can be expressed in so many forms. That is 4 minus 1, which is 3. 5 minus 2, which is 3. 6 minus 3, which is 3. And we can continue. So that means that for any value of 3 that we express in this form and divided by 3, it should be the same result as what we have here. So 4 minus 1 on 3 should be equals to 1. Okay, the same way when we square everything, then we should be getting 3. Now, will this compound expression, will it be divisible by 3 if we decide to make only the first term? If we decide to make the first term, only the first term here, the first expression here, only the first expression in the index form, as in the example, 4 exponent 2 minus 1 on 3. Will this be divisible by 3? Of course, yes. We will be getting 16 minus 1 on 3. We should be given 15 on 3, which should be 5. If you can continue, we can continue. Okay? Can continue. Wait. Many more examples, as in 4 exponent 3 minus 1 on 3. When you do this, you should be getting a value that 3 can divide. You may try and see. So that means for all value of 4 exponent n minus 1, this will be divisible by 3. Why? Simply because 4 minus 1, you ignore the exponent n. That is for n being natural numbers. Remember, we are taking the n as natural numbers, so that is from 1 to infinity. So if we decide to, so for us to always know that it will work, we always have to ignore the n. In short, we are making n the first value of natural number, which is 1. So when you do that, the first value you get will be the divisible factor, will be the factor for the numerator. Okay, so that means that if you have 7 exponent n minus 1, this will be divisible by all factors of 7. This will be divisible by all factors of 7 minus 1, which will be 6. Okay, so which will be divisible by all factors of 6. You may try and see. So in that we will say that for the expression 5 exponent 2n minus 1, okay, since this will be divisible by a value that we don't know, so we say divided by x. Now, the expression always, the value that we'll be getting will be equal to a particular expression. Remember, from the beginning we said when we have 3 divided by 3, when the n equals to 1, we got same 1. Okay, so 4 minus 1 on 3, we got 1. Okay, here we are taking the exponent as 1, so it will be equal to the index. So in that, we'll make an assumption that for every expression in this form, in the form e exponent n minus 1 divided by a particular value x, then this should be equals to the n. So that's what we do there. So it will be equals to the n. So in that, okay, so in that we'll say that since it is a factor, so we say plus 0. There will be no remainder. So we solve this. So we'll be solving this by algebraic expression. So you have 5 exponent to n minus 1 equals xn. Bringing like terms together, we have 5 exponent to n minus xn, okay, minus 1 equals 0. So we solve this. Now what we do is we say that the 5 exponents, so we just make n, since we are starting with we are using n as natural numbers, so we say let n be equals to 1. So if n equals to 1, you'll be having 5 exponents 2 minus x minus 1 equals 0. This should give you 24 minus x equals 0. And that will be as well, there will be negative x, okay, minus 24. This will be x equals 24. So the least value, so the highest value, the highest factor, okay, the highest factor for the expression that we have, 5 exponent 2 minus 1 will be 24. So all factors of 24 can go into 5 exponent 2n minus 1, and that will be our answer. Thank you.